Right, we're back and we've got the Ncyclebike review, the unboxing. I know I've been away for a little bit, but I'm back now. This is about a 4-part series. It's going to come every few days. We're going to get it out there. This is the 2000 watt 52 volt. I know I normally go bigger, but if you've seen that video I did last time about is Alibaba a scam, I found this company and I done a little mock-up chat with them just to see how good they was. I looked at all their reviews and I thought they was really good. So I got in contact with them. I said, look, I want to do a kit review. I was honest with them. So I paid for this, obviously, full price. Had it sent to me. They also said to me, if I'm happy, will I put a link in the bio, or the description, just so customers know where to get it. And obviously, we don't know yet because we haven't opened it, we ain't tested it, but if it all goes well, because obviously this will be edited in the future, the description will be in the link. The link will be in the description, not the other way around. When you chat to them, if you mention Throttle and Charge, I asked them, the only reason I'll put the link in is if you look after my viewers. So I think they'll put some extra sort of bits in for you, and then they'll make sure it's shipped out really quick. They also ship from your country. So this one came within, what, 3 days? I'm waiting on the battery. The battery will then, I'll do a review on the battery, but they didn't have one in stock in this country, but they sent it straight from China within 15 days. And it weren't that much more, it was an extra $30. So far, they're looking really good. So if they are good, it will be in the description. If it's no good, it's not going to be in the description. So I ain't got my kitchen knife this time. Let's start unboxing. The way I'm going to unbox this one, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to unbox it, pull it all down. Then I'm going to get rid of the box, not like the last one. And I'm going to have each one out and I'm going to show you each section and go through the specs and everything else. Then we're going to do a video where I connect it all together and run it on a mount to see how good it is. And then we're going to build it. This is going to be a giveaway. I don't know whether I'm going to have a kit sent to you or I'm going to build it on the bike and I'm going to give you the bike with the kit all for free. But all I need you to do, I need you to comment, like and subscribe. And please put what country you're in next to it, because I'm not going to leave it. Obviously I only can send this, the bike or the kit, maybe not the kit, but the bike within the UK. But I'm not going to leave anyone out who's in America, Australia, anywhere you are. I'll have a far driver controller sent you with my cable I designed, the screen and the throttle. So it's all set up, ready to go on your e-bike. And that will be sent to you if you win from outside the UK. So I'm not going to leave you lot out. So please like, subscribe and comment, and you have a chance of winning it. We'll do a live, we'll do like a Google draw, so we put everyone's details in from what comment you are, that's what number you are on all the videos. If you comment and like and subscribe, obviously you can't subscribe more than once, but comment and like on all the videos, that's how many entries you're going to get. So yeah, so you have a chance of winning that. It's going to be worth over with the bike, well over £1,000. So it's worth doing. I've also got my other camera up, so we're going to get another view of this. This is the first time I've opened this, and you know what I'm going to have to do, because that camera's in the way. Boom. Try not to stab myself. There we go. You know what? Why don't we make this easier? Said make it easier, but smarts out. Right, here we go. So packaging, I always look at packaging first. I love when something's packed properly. That's when you start knowing if a company's any good or not. So it's the standard, they always put these in just to hold it up so you don't get crushed. So far looking good. Quite a basic pack. Not a lot of info in there, but it's got all the right polystyrene. What else you need really? Let's all put it in place. I'm gonna open this. Right. First, wow. Quite shocked actually, because I didn't ask for all of this, but I'll show you now. Once I flip it over, you see it on this side of the screen. They have already put on the sprocket for the freewheel, so it's already got the chain and all my gears. I never asked for that, and that's a lovely touch, because normally they might send one, but it won't really be put on, or unless you ask, and that was no extra money. So I'm very happy with that, to be totally honest. My first impressions, obviously it's always heavy. See that, if you ever watch my 3000 watt unboxing, that don't look much different in size. And the thing is, I've explained, I've got other videos I'll put up there what explains what wattage and amps mean. So that's it, that's what it says it's rated to. But it's depending on what your line current is from your battery. So if I put my Amore battery on here, was 200 amps line current through this with a 72 volt battery, and I pull it through as 200 amp line current, that's 14,440 watts. Obviously this probably wouldn't be able to take that. It probably would for the time being. Normally you can go about 3 times over what your rated is. Obviously companies don't want you to do that because there's warranties involved, and you muck up and you burn it out and then you start arguing. They don't want you to do that. So they tell you what the rated is. But that's what, so when you see these videos and it says 14,000 watts, 12,000 watts, it's not the hub motor, it's the line current what goes through from your battery into your controller, into the hub motor. So that's where your wattage come from. You basically multiply it from the volt battery you have. So that's just a little tip, but we'll get more into that. I can do another video on that. So what we're gonna do, we'll just lay that down here. I'll undo it and everything else and show you all properly, but I thought we'd just unpack first. So first impressions, I'm really happy with that, actually. We'll get more detailed into that. So what else we got? And I honestly don't know what I've got, because I just said, send me a kit. I want to do a review, send me a kit. Right, so some more polystyrene. That's a good touch as well. They actually send you a controller bag. All the other kits I've ever had, that's always an optional extra. Everything else, I never asked for that, and they've sent me a controller bag. So that's another nice touch. Already, I'm thinking this company, a lot of the companies in China, I know it sounds funny, they don't know customer service. Because they're in such a big scale, and this company is a big company. It's been on Alibaba verified for 10 years. It's got like a rating of 4.7, 4.8 out of 5, and this one's even got, this kit alone's got about 12, and it's like 4.9 out of 5. So this is a big company, and normally the big companies are the ones who just like throwing them out. That's why I don't care about the customer service. It's wholesale, let's get rid of it. But for such a big company to actually to put this much effort in, you know they're not skimping on everything else. Build quality, the lot. Right, so they actually even send you, look, they send you all the tyre wraps, cabling guard, and a manual. You know what? I've never had a manual sent. You know what? I've never had a manual sent, and this is gonna be the telling point, because with manuals from China, come on, you must have got flat pack and everything else. It's like miniature in the distance. You can't even see what it means. But this already, wow. So you probably can see it on that camera, step by step of what everything is, perfectly laid out. An actual proper manual. I've never seen one this detailed before, telling you how to do it all the way through. How to build, but that's what our videos are about. But I'm really impressed with that, actually, because they know what they're doing, and that's why obviously they've got such a big following, and they've got such a big rating on Alibaba. Right, next point, what's this? Let's have a little look. Unbox. Right. So this is the screen. And it even gives you a manual with each part. I like that. That's nice. It's better than that last kit I did. Right, so this is the SW900. But this one is the colour screen. If you looked on my first build, I had the same one, but it was just like the black and white sort of thing. This one's actual coloured as well. I'll get to the price on how much I paid for this. I've got to try and work that out, actually, because I'm going to have to convert it. But yeah, and it actually gives you the details of everything about it. Got a nice little manual of it, another good touch. And for the price I pay for this, to have the coloured screen as well. Nothing's really, it's budget, but it don't feel budget. It's even got, so you got, this will be to do with your levels if you're using the PAS, the wheel assist, pedal assist. So that's done. What's in this one? And there's something good about this kit as well, what I'm quite impressed about. I know I keep saying impressed, but I am. It's right. So this is the charger. So I'm guessing they must have sent me the battery charger. But one come from China, one come from England. So we'll know when we open up the battery if they just send it like that. So this kit come from England. So yep. So we've got our charger, standard charger. It's probably like a 2 watt, 3 watt charger. And then I'm guessing this is. Should we open it? Right. So what's this? That's like some sort of cover to wrap around it. So all these extra touches are nice. When you're going budget, you sort of, I think you underestimate, you think, I'm going budget, so I'm just going to get something a bit, it's not going to come good, it's not going to come everything else, but you shouldn't. You're still paying hundreds and hundreds of pounds or dollars, so you want it to be good. Right, this controller, I'm going to do a separate video on this controller, because I've not seen it, because this is a budget controller. This looks like that first kit I done, my first ever video. But there's a difference with this one. This is Bluetooth. So this is like the far drivers I have. So I can adjust current going through. I can adjust other parts within the app. You get an app on your phone. And for a budget build, a budget kit, and to get a budget controller with Bluetooth, that's good. And it's a newer spec they've come out with, so it'll be really good to actually. We'll do a separate video and we'll go through all the settings and see what you can actually do with it. So you get the throttle. Throttle comes with it. They've ready, and look what they've done. They've ready, just in case you didn't know, they've started already connecting stuff for you, so you're not sort of left blind with it. But this one actually has a key as well. That's pretty neat. This one has a key as well on the throttle. So I didn't get that on my other budget one. So no, I'm really impressed so far. So this is the controller. Obviously, look, there's the Bluetooth attachment. We'll go through this more and we'll do a separate video on that. So I think that deserves a separate video. Because a lot of people will ask me, say, oh, what can I do with my controller? Can I change the current? Can I change? You can't. On the cheap sort of click and play ones, you can't. You need like far drivers, Saviton, everything else. But this one, you can. Guessing that's the part of the PAS system. So we'll put this over here. Right. Nice touch as well. So they give you a matching hand grip for the other side. It's good. That's done. And what's this? Don't know, actually. What is that? Guessing we'll find out. We'll find out when we start having a look. Another touch I didn't get on the other one. They send you tool arms as well. So they're putting everything in. They're basically saying, look, we're going to put everything in for you to build it. Like, on my first kit, I had to then buy tool arms. I had to do this, I had to do that. Obviously, I didn't ask them to put a tyre on. I could have, and in hindsight, I should have, because I'm probably just going to take that to the bike shop to get done anyway. So that's all done. But yeah, tool arms. I'm guessing, yep, that's the Bluetooth dongle. So it's a bit like the far drivers I use. So all of this, yeah, I mean, they ain't too shabby, is it? And remember, please subscribe, please like, comment with what country you're watching from as well, because then, like I said, there's going to be a giveaway, either the far driver controller or a kit, or the kit and the bike. I don't know how much. If I like the bike, I'm going to keep the bike and just send the kit out. So we'll see how we get on. Also, that's part of the PAS, so that goes on your where your wheels are, your pedals are, and that gives you the power. So when you power, the battery kicks in. Then also this, I'm guessing this is some sort of bypass clip. Cool. So that was the unboxing. What we're going to do, we're going to lay it all out, go through all little bits, go through the sort of tech, and then we'll get on from there. Right, now we've got it all unpacked. I'm sitting down for this one, so I think I can show you a bit better. Let me just check we've got all the screen right yet. So, another nice touch. See, all these little touches you don't realise when you start buying kits, what they do. So what they've put the protector seal already in the rim. I've never had that either. I had that actually on my 72 volt one, and that's my supplier. He's a really good supplier. But the first one, I never had the seal put in. So that's just a protector, because obviously where these are, you've got all the spokes going through and everything else. If you didn't have the protector on, it's quite rough. So you hit something, your inner tube will pop. So that's why it's always important to have your protector along the inside. And that's not just one of them ones you can get the elastic ones, what go on. This one ain't elastic. This one is actual, this has been stuck in. So it's all properly in there, right size fittings, and that's lovely as well. What I always like to look at as well, if I've still got that, I don't want to be cutting any cables, so I've got to be really careful with this bit. Like I said, this is the 52 volt, 2000 watt rated kit. Yeah, you put more through it, but we're going to start off with this, and if I like this, we'll buy bigger kits off them. Right, so once again, the phase wires. I always talk about the phase wires. You always start to know the quality of a kit on how the cable is, how thick the cables are, and how much power they can take. You look at these, I don't know if you can see them, you probably see them on that camera. Nice thick cables, solid cables. I've had them where they're thin. These are actual solid, so they literally bend. They're not like the weak little ones what are going to snap off. So you know that's going to take the power through them phase cables. Nice connectors on the end. So I'm guessing this controller, yeah, look, even that, I've not seen that either. So this controller is the actual clip lock for the phase cables. You're not using one of them stupid little yellow blocks what you put in, and then after a little while you see them all burnt and you think, bloody hell, because all the power's going through it and it can't take it. But these ones are nice little clip locks. You just clip them into each other, solid as anything, so they're not going to be knocking around loose and sparking. Very good quality, very good quality. So yeah, so just looking at that already, the quality of that, even the rim, like the other one, it was all right. This one just feels more solid. It's not overly heavier, but you can see every single spoke has been put in perfect. There's no bent ones, there's no loose ones. It's actually been put in perfect. So it gives you all your locking nuts, like they all do, to be fair. So you've got your safety, so you've got your main locking nut. Then inside you have your, these ones, they go in between your dropout. So they're like your spinning ones. So if it ever did spin out, you're locked in. And then you get your normal spacers underneath. And it's depending on how big your frame is, you sort of might need extra spacers or less spacers. But we'll come to that when we do the build. Like I said, they've put that on already, and that's good. So you don't have to muck about with that. We can go straight on the bike with that now. So that's perfect. So yeah, so my take just on this hub motor. Obviously, we're going to have it connected up. We're going to go through it all and everything else. I'm going to put it on a little little holder here, and then we're just going to plug it all in and see how it goes once the battery's here. We'll do a little review on the battery as well. Then we'll do the build, then we'll do the ride-ons. But like I said, this is a competition. So like, subscribe. If you've already subscribed, you can still comment. That's fine. Still comment and like. You're still in the competition. And on every video of this series, you do that, the more chances you get to win. And it'd be a giveaway. And if the bike, I'm happy to drive a few hours. I'm sort of middle of England. So either way, a few hours, we're going to meet up somewhere. It's not a problem. Or I can deliver it straight to you if you're nearby. It's not a problem. And like I said, if not, I'll send you a kit. Or if you're abroad, you will get the far driver with my cable, screen, the whole lot. So it's a big giveaway. And the reason I'm doing that, because I've just become monetized. Obviously, I'm not earning nothing at the minute. I don't have enough views, but just a bit of a celebration. Done it in a year. It's all done. So once again, if you could like, subscribe, comment, and make sure you put where you are, because it will make it easy when I pick the winner through the thing. I know where you are, so I'm not going to say, oh, you've won the bike, and then you're out in the outer Mongolia. It might be a bit hard. I'm not taking it all the way out there. So we've looked at that. If I gave that, I'd give that at the minute 10 out of 10. Without testing it, just the build quality, just the reason they've put the tape in already, and it's not just flimsy tape, it's been put in properly. They've put that on, all the bolts, even the quality of the bolts. I've had them where you do that a couple of times and all of a sudden you start wearing off. You start wearing the thread out. And you're literally like clunking it to try and get it back on. But that's it, easy as anything. Perfect build. Right, now we come to the controller. This controller I'm going to do a more detailed things. I'm not going to go heavily into it. So like I said, it's Bluetooth. I believe this is a max 60 watt line current, between 40 and 60. So the battery we've got, what you're going to see is a 40 line current, but I think that one has a max on because it's an LG battery as well. So it's not a cheap Chinese batteries, it's LG. So for the price of the kit, to get an LG battery as well, 52 volts. So you could always do, hopefully we'll find out with this if we can have speed switch. I'm not sure if we get a speed switch with this, but if we can set up maybe just the pedals to go at 40 and then we can do the throttle at 60. We'll muck about and see what max power we can get out of it. I don't know if there's restrictions on as well, so we've got to change that. So that's the thing. It's quite a nice size. It's not overly big. Normally they're quite big, more chunky, the budget ones, but just having that Bluetooth feature as well, that's brilliant for budget Bluetooth. You know you're getting a good deal. Right, so we've got the SW900. You've seen these before. They're on every video. Good little screens. You can go through all the settings and adjust what line current you want and everything else, and the tyre size. You can do a lot with these. They're like the budget ones, but this is the colour one. So it just gives it that bit of extra. You know what I mean? So it just gives you that bit of extra. Oh, my camera's going mental. We've just... Right, we're back. Replaced the battery. GoPro. There you go. Where I was up to, yeah. So before I start, actually, bear with me on this video. It's the first time I've used the green screen properly doing something like this. I just wanted to make it a bit more clearer, a bit more better, a few graphics in the background, just trying up my videos a bit. So have a comment on that as well if you think it's looking good. Tell me, I'm happy, open to advice, what you think would look better, changing a few bits. More than happy. So we're back to this. So yeah, so we've got a nice colour one. So it's just all them little things on a budget kit. They're just making it a bit better for you. Obviously you get the Bluetooth, so this can plug into controller, so then we can get the app on the phone, but we'll go through that. Tool arm. Once again, you don't normally get them sent out. Don't get me wrong, they're a few pounds. You can buy these about £5 or £6 on Temu and AliExpress and places like that. But to get one sent with it, it's just a nice touch as well. If you're new to this, because this is quite a setup budget, 2000 watt, everything else kit. If you're buying this new and you're a bit like, what am I meant to get? What am I got to get? Your kit turns up and then you watch your videos how to build it and they're like, oh, you need tool arms. You're like, oh no, then you got to wait a couple of days for them to come. So, nice touch. Nice touch. So this is part of the PAS, I think I'm saying that right. So that goes on your pedal, and then when you pedal, it will link to, I'm guessing it links to that. We have to go through that, a bit different. Yes, it's magnetic. So it links to that, and then when you turn, the magnet will send a pulse to the controller and say, kick in the motor, so you're not using the throttle. So technically you're not allowed to throttle, are you, up over 6 miles an hour or 3 miles an hour. So yeah, so that's good. So you got that. What else? Then obviously you got the other grip to go the other side, because it's nice to always have it matching. Let's open this. Does this come with it? What actually is it? Could be wrong, because I've never actually had one of these sent to me, but I think that might do with the cables maybe. Maybe you put that round so it covers the cables going on your bar. Could be wrong, but that's what I would use it for. Put in the comments if I'm wrong. Let me know. Right, this is the one that I didn't know what it was. I wanted to find out what this was. So, comes in a little, let's have a look. That's what I mean, this kit is just sending you, okay, a couple of magnets and a couple of stickers. So, that to be do with the PS? Huh. And then the cable. why don't we use the manual we were sent? That would be actually good. I'm so used to not having manuals with these, and that's how to work out what I've got to do. I'm sort of quite shocked I've got one. Let's have a look. So this is, bear with me. Here we go. Brake sensor. Right. Okay. So it's a brake sensor. Right. So I think the magnets sit. See, I've never done one of these, but the brake sensor I had was built into the. Let's have a look. Must be on here. Sorry, I know this bit's probably boring, but it's always good to know. Ah, there we are. So the brake sensor. So basically, it sits on the part where you know on the brake sensor you got where the metal cable goes in. You have like the metal round bit showing on the brake lever. That sits on there. So with the magnet. So when you brake and it opens, it sends a thing and then it shuts off the motor. So I never normally muck about with brake sensors, but maybe that's something we'll add on. But another good touch. So you got that. And then finally, we got the bag, controller bag. This is another touch. You never get controller bags sent. Never. I've never seen them sent before. Nice little controller bag. Your controller sits in there, just like that. And then we can figure out we're going to put that on the bike. So yeah. So thank you for watching. And my final conclusion is this is a very good kit. Very good kit. Obviously, we've got to connect it. We've got to get it going. We've got to run it in and everything else. But from the reviews I've seen, just on this kit, let alone their reviews, the reviews on their kit, I mean, everyone's saying the same thing. It's just all these extra little bits they put in, just the quality of the build. I'll get to how much I paid now. Let me quickly go on my phone, because my memory's like a sieve. I'll probably tell you completely the wrong thing. Let's see. Sorry about this. Let me just get through. I paid. See, I like to chat and find out things, so it's probably a bit further back, to be honest. Right. I still can't find it, but I think I paid, thinking about it, because this is a different kit I was asking about. The battery was anything. I had the battery sent from China, so I had to pay a bit more, but they do send it from your home country if they have it in stock. So the prices I've given you could be different, could be wrong, but for the actual kit itself, I think it's depending if you have it sent from China or you have it sent from here, you're looking around anything from probably about $320 up to $400. It's depending where you are. It's depending on shipping. It's depending on everything else, if I'm correct. But obviously, click on. I'm going to put this link in because it's good. Click on the link. Tell them you watched it on Throttle Charge, and I'm sure they will sort you out. Because if they like this video as well, they're going to want me to do another positive video as well. Because obviously it is positive, but they will help you out. So make sure you say my name. And then the battery, I believe, was anything the same sort of price, anything between about $330 to $380. So even if you said the high part of that is $700, say, for instance, I don't know, it could be less, could be more, $750. In pounds, that is, so it's about 30% off, so 200 off. That's about £490, £480. So you could pay £480 for something like this. You get the Bluetooth controller, everything else, or you can go and spend £380. And you're bearing in mind that's with a battery as well, and it's an LG battery. This ain't like a cheapy one what's going to blow up. I've seen other sites, what I've reviewed, what people have been moaning about the batteries and everything else. You're looking about £380, £400, and you have a risk that they're going to blow up, and everyone's complained about them. So, I mean, you can come to your own conclusions, but I know what I'd be doing. So yeah, so far, I'm happy with this. So thank you for watching. Tune into the next video. Like, subscribe, comment, put where you're sending a comment from, and this is a big giveaway. And then we will the next video will be testing it. We'll put it on the mount and we'll see how it goes. Right, thank you for watching.